So what could we talk about today? There it is right there. Rivian looks like it's trying to get Apple's attention. Now, what could that possibly mean? Do you think Rivian wants to get bought out by Apple? It could line up. Just think about it. This article written right here from CNBC. Apple cancels plans to build an electric car. That could coincide with what this article from MarketWatch is trying to insinuate. Rivian may want to get Apple to purchase them, buy them out. EV maker unveils its new model with nods to Apple, which may still be looking to get into the automobile business. So maybe Apple is like, look, do you know how much money we can save if we just stop the prototypes of us creating our own vehicle and just merely buy out Rivian? Because Rivian has already created that. They already have some type of infrastructure to where they can manufacture these vehicles. We can save potentially billions of dollars. So Rivian looked like it's trying to get Apple's attention. During Thursday's much anticipated launch of the R2, its next electric vehicle, Rivian Automotive and founder and chief executive RJ copied a few of Apple co-founder Steve Jobs' signature keynote moves. RJ invoked Jobs' famous quote, "one more thing," twice. Actually, as he showed two prototype vehicles, counting an EV crossover called the R3. Now, RJ also briefly held his hands together at the end of the event in a prayer pose, seemingly a nod to one of Jobs' most oft-displayed mannerisms. It is sometimes used today by Apple CEO Tim Cook. Now, what is that? Does that have to do anything with Apple buying them out? No. So that's kind of like left field. That has nothing to do with any of the intricacies of seeing Apple purchase Rivian. All because of RJ putting his hands together in a prayer pose. They're trying to say that they're trying to get Apple's attention. Or just because RJ said twice, one more thing, they're trying to get Apple's attention. I think they're reaching. It looked like MarketWatch is trying to reach in that perspective. Analysts expect that Rivian will eventually need to do a big capital raise to further fund its manufacturing needs. This is where Apple could fit in as a potential partner or even an outright buyer. Apple is still sitting on one of the largest cash piles in tech history, about $41 billion in cash. $41 billion in cash and equivalents as of December 31st, 2023. Rivian wish they could have that much cash at their disposal. Last week, Bloomberg and others reported that Apple was canceling their Project Titan, its effort to build an autonomous electric vehicle, a program whose existence the tech giant had never officially confirmed in the first place. When interviewed on CNBC after the reports, Deepwater Asset Management Gene Munster talked about how disappointed he was, saying that Apple needed to get into another new market after several consecutive quarters of falling revenue. And I quote, "I do think Apple needs to break into some big market," Munster told the cable news channel. Quote, "They need to do something big, and potentially Rivian would be the answer to that," end quote. He also said that if Apple were to get even 10% of the automotive market, it would result in 60% increase in top line revenue. Quote, "We can set aside the earnings question," he said, end quote, adding that he thought Apple could do something really special in the automotive arena. Here steps in Rivian. It looked like Apple may be waiting for the market to bottom out in Rivian if they're going to do it. If they're going to invest a little bit of their cash, or they're going to buy them outright. That could be the reason why we saw Rivian bounce right there on the 7th of March. Because we did a price prediction here on the 22nd, 23rd of February, looking for the market in Rivian to go down. I told you I didn't have a location anywhere within our profit target area. It had to be TP. And the market gave us a couple of days to where we at least could have gotten something out. The next day, the 23rd, even on the 26th, 12% move. Okay. So now, what do you think? We saw price in Rivian come right back up, and then it was there with this volume. So let me get rid of this buy zone here. We're going to create another buy zone right here for Rivian. And let's take a look at this on a couple of different time frames. So look at this on the 2. We've got that indication of strength there. Look at this on the 3. Still some selling coming in the market. Rivian on the 5. Weekly chart. The weekly chart looks pretty decent if you're looking for a bottom, because we got that massive indication right here of weakness in Rivian. But then the next week we stopped going down. And matter of fact, we went right back up. So that's a big point to me to show me that the market at least has bottom right now. Okay. So yeah, I do think price in Rivian is going to try to go up. I like the 1 hour chart. That looks bullish. What about a 3, 5, and a 7? So what do you think? Do you think Apple's going to invest or outright buy Rivian? Because if it does, understand that the market's going to go crazy. People will put, the stock will probably go crazy, massively high in price. So maybe this might be something that you already want to be in, because once that news hits, it's going to be too late to try to get in and profit from it. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to look for the price in Rivian to go up. Our first target is going to be here at the lows of these bars. Gives us 15% there. Second target is going to be at the low of this first sell zone in Rivian. Okay. And that's about it. Give me your thoughts though. Make sure you maintain a profitability. And as always, trade different. We may actually see the market in Rivian before I go. Try to hit all the way up here at this second sell zone. So we'll bring it up to the top of this, this first sell zone, which is like 1650. That's like 29.25% there. All right, I'm done. Give me your thoughts.